Welcome back to C1 Risk Training. Today we're going to show you how to add internal controls from your control library. So when you're ready to start your compliance workflow, what you want to do is bring in your internal controls. And if you're writing them directly into the platform, here's a really quick and easy option for you that will enable you to make sure your internal controls are mapped to the correct control requirements. So we're going to show you how to do that today. So here we are in the C1 Risk platform, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to our GRC library and select the obligation that we're going to be working on from a compliance perspective, and just go to that control library. Now, if we want to, one of the things we can do is we can filter, so we just know which are the controls that we're working on, so which ones are in scope. And then once we've done that, we're going to just go to the control itself, the ones that are applicable. We'll just open these. And as we go into them, we're going to see an internal controls tab that we can go to. Then we have a couple of different options. If we've already added internal controls to our compliance portal module, then what we can simply do is a lookup and just connect these controls. So we just go to lookup here and we connect to anything that is germane. That can be one or more, and just apply those controls. If we want to write a new control, then alternatively, we just simply go to the functionality button again, and then we just click add new. And now we can add our control in here, our new control. It will automatically map over to the compliance module. So it will appear in your internal controls repository. And of course, then it is automatically connected to your actual control requirement. Right, so those are the two main ways that you can create internal controls or connect those internal controls to control library in the C1 Risk platform. So we're going to show you one final way from the obligations library today. So if we go back to our ISO obligation and then to our control library, and we're going to select the ones that are applicable again if we want to. And now if we want to do a bulk mapping, one of the things that we can do is we can take the control. So let's say, we want to map all of section 5 for ISO to a specific internal control. Here we can just come to our functionality button again and just go link to internal control and then choose the appropriate control and click apply. And now that's going to connect to that internal control. It'll connect to all of these. So if I come into just one of these just to show you, that was contact with the authorities. Now you see that it's been added here and would have been added to all those other records. So that's the final way you can do this when you're working from the control library. And we do recommend that you start your internal control work from the control library so that you always ensure that you have the correct regulation mapped to that internal control. That, of course, is going to enable you to track your readiness from your internal controls, from your compliance dashboard for that standard or regulation. All right, so that concludes our training for today. Thank you very much.